Hello, this is Dave from Net for Truth USA, Inglorious Patriots. On the chat with me is Stoney Stone from
Oh,
You Can't Make This Shit Up News, and we're going to be talking about Jeffrey Epstein. And
absolutely. Hey, everybody.
let's, we're kind of disappointed about the stuff that was released, quote unquote, released today,
It
because
wasn't released today.
it wasn't released.
Yeah,
It was just a book of all the shit we've had for
but it's
going back,
still
what,
not
6 years?
released yet. It's nothing's
Okay,
released yet. Not a damn thing. It's so far it's been a farce.
it's a farce.
Yeah, it's a farce. It's
So
hey, we
here's
do got it, and hey, we are gonna let it loose, but we're not. But we have it. We promise you tomorrow. We promise you the next day. It didn't happen yet, so
yeah.
there it
Well,
is.
we're
Yeah,
fixing to show what we got, but let me go through this
right.
so everybody knows that we were the first to put this shit out there.
Well, let me just say this, Dave. Thanks for having me. Appreciate you.
Oh,
It's
that's
been
a problem.
been a long
Thank
time,
you for
bro.
coming and
You got it, bro.
being with the program because all the stuff that we went through the last 3 hours trying to get this thing to work.
Oh, yeah. Been a
But
nightmare anyway.
anyway, here's the story. Back in the day, when was it? About what, 5 years
Oh,
ago, Stoney?
easy 5, 6 years ago.
Back a
Easy.
month before Jeffrey Epstein allegedly committed suicide,
Hold on real quick, Dave. That was in 2019. So it was prior to that.
2019. 2019.
So it was probably early
A month
19 or
before,
18. Yeah.
a month before
Uh-huh.
Jeffrey Epstein allegedly committed suicide,
Yep.
Stoney's girlfriend at the time was doing internet searches on Google. Not Google Chrome, on Google search engine.
Because you know why she was doing it? Because we were working on the Epstein case. And
Right.
she's like, wait a minute, this guy, blah, blah, blah. And then she started searching weird, random crap to try to
Now,
find out more stuff. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry to cut you off,
she's
but I
on
wanted to
her
put that in.
she's on her phone and she typed in Jeffrey Epstein. And before she realized what happened, the autocomplete on the phone punched in underground bunker and then she hit enter. She didn't type in underground bunker. It was there,
Yep.
the autocomplete. So
It
either
filled
one of
in.
two things is true.
It
Either a
filled it
lot
in.
of
Yep.
people were searching Jeffrey Epstein in an underground bunker,
But
or
nobody talked about it. Nobody had talked about it anywhere on the internet. You know what I mean?
nobody was talking about Jeffrey Epstein in connection with an underground bunker. So
Nobody.
it couldn't have been the generic, uh, what do you call it? The generic generation of the autocomplete because everybody was
Yep.
looking at it.
Yep.
So what they did was Google put whenever you type in Jeffrey Epstein, the autocomplete would automatically fill in underground bunker. And when you hit the
And
link,
multiple other things. But that was the one that popped up at this time.
right, when you hit
Yes.
the enter button, it brought up a search result that
Hmm.
said Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide in a North Vietnamese war bunker. I
Hmm.
think it was June 25th. It escaped me the exact date, but it was weeks before he was
Right.
arrested at Teterboro Airport.
Before he
So
was arrested. Yes. Not
before he
him
was arrested at
executed.
Teterboro Airport. Now,
Not before he was unalive. That's when that was a couple of month and a half, 2 months before he was even arrested. So
right,
I just want people to understand that.
now
Not
if
when
you
he was
know how a search
found
engine works,
supposedly unalived. Go ahead.
if you know how a search engine works, in order for a phrase or sentence to be included in a link, it has to appear, that phrase exactly has to appear in the page that the link goes to.
Hmm.
So the link said Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide in a North Vietnamese war bunker.
Hmm.
So when you hit the link to go to the site to find out what about Jeffrey Epstein in a North Vietnamese war bunker, it went to a movie, a video about a Vietnamese war bunker, but didn't say anything about Jeffrey Epstein or anybody committing suicide. That's
Right.
weird. How the hell does that end up in here? Because the text of the page that it went to had nothing about Jeffrey Epstein and nothing about anybody committing suicide. And the video itself had not, it wasn't a spoken word that was picked up. Search engines don't pick up spoken words. Okay. So that had to be put in there.
How would it have connected? There's no reasoning. Excuse me. There's no reasoning for it to even connected that North Vietnamese bunker to Jeffrey Epstein's name. I guess that's the point.
Right.
There was no reason. It wasn't like we searched it before, or 2 months prior to that did anybody search North Vietnamese bunker. Nobody did that. So there's no reason they should have connected that to that. It should have been he was running around in a Rolls Royce doing bad things to kids. That would have made more sense than the North Vietnamese bunker. Right?
Correct. Now, if this is what I think happened, I am opining, this is an opinion. I allege, propose that this is what happened.
Yep.
A whole bunch of these people were sitting around a room trying to figure out how to whack Jeffrey Epstein without actually whacking Jeffrey Epstein. So they sat around in a room and says, I got an idea. Let's whack him in a North Vietnamese war bunker. So they constructed this bullshit story about Jeffrey Epstein going to Vietnam and going into a war bunker and, I don't know, locking himself in a room or something and hanging himself. Who the fuck knows? But he committed suicide in a North Vietnamese war bunker, according to the link that came from the Google search engine.
Right.
Okay. Now, after a while, they probably sat around the table smoking their big cigars and sucking each other's cocks and saying, "No,
watch how we're saying it because of the platforms that we're putting this on."
Yeah. Okay.
So
they probably said to themselves, "You know what? This is not gonna fly. Nobody's gonna believe this bullshit."
Right.
So they scrubbed the video and put another video about a North Vietnamese war bunker in its place.
Mm-hmm.
But they forgot to scrub the link.
Yep.
And when we blew it up, when we blew that video up and put it on YouTube, they took my whole channel down.
Yep. Mine too.
They took the whole channel down. We blew it up.
Yep.
And then they replaced the video with another video and made believe that shit never happened.
Right.
But if you look at, I'm going to put links in the description to all the videos that we made about this and about how they covered that shit up. Then he flies to Teterboro Airport. He gets into a cell with this big burly dude that looks like he was a wrestler or something. He was a cop that killed a couple of people. Who knows?
Yeah.
He tried to choke him out.
Oh, the video okay.
Yeah. And then they say he committed suicide by hanging himself in a special housing unit in a Manhattan Correctional Facility, Federal Correctional Facility in Manhattan. First of all, there's no bunk beds in MCU, in a special housing unit. No bunk beds. He was on suicide watch, which means he's in a muumuu suit, like a big freaking quilted thing that you can't even rip. You can't even tie it in a knot.
Right.
They got pictures of his cell with about 20 orange jumpsuits.
I've got pictures of
around, like he changes his jumpsuit every 3 hours and he throws the old ones on the floor and they leave it there.
Yeah.
Then they had a guy come out and said, well, he choked himself by poking a sock down his throat.
Yeah.
Then they got the coroner saying that the hyoid bone is broken in two places, is consistent when somebody choking him out.
Or him hanging
then
himself.
They took him out. They got no pictures of him hanging from
How could he?
Thingy, right? They take him out on the stretcher and they got a picture of it, and his nose and his ears don't match Jeffrey Epstein from prior pictures when he was still alive.
Right.
And I think he's still alive because when they whacked him at MCU, the guards were asleep, the cameras was off. It's like nobody called a count. The guards are asleep. When the count comes, you got to call in the count. If the count don't come in, they lock the prison down and say, what the hell is going on here? So that's bullshit. I mean, if you're gonna make up a
All right, all
bullshit
right,
story, make
all
up
right.
a bullshit story
Right, but
that's
we're
believable
getting
because that's what
way
becomes
off.
fire.
We're getting way off from where we should be. So, let me just break this down real quick because I'm on here to show everybody that I have access to everything, and I've done put it out, but they told me they fact checked it and it was all bullshit. Well, I hate to tell you, it ain't bullshit, and it's the same exact documents. Exactly. And you will get a little taste of them here again. But let me show you this real quick. Let me show you something. I just don't want to get too far off from where we was because I literally know. Let me see if I can make this happen real quick. This is, I'm going to have to share my screen here. Give me a second. But this is exactly what he's talking about. All right, so let me share this real quick so he can give you a synopsis of what's going on. Here, check this out. Boom. That's what you're talking about.
That's it.
Now,
That's exact.
but of course. So this is let me tell you something about death though. When your body when you pass away in death, you literally all the muscles in your body relax. So this part of your nose is a muscle. It would relax as well. The ears is kind of weird. I don't know how to explain that one
The ears don't match
at all.
at all.
But the nose could relax, and the eyes could relax, and the facial structure could relax. That's about it. But the ears don't match at all. Either way, it gets crazier than that. It's crazier than all of this. We have what the world's waiting on. We've exposed it and showed it many times. But at the cost of losing channels, my channel had 976,000 subscribers that they took because I don't say it if I can't prove it. If I don't have the proof, I'm not going to talk about it. But if I say I have it, I have it. But, sure, Dave, I want you guys to see this. And I think we got a little too far off. Hopefully, we can hear this. We got a little too far off to try to.
What I want to talk.
Could you hear that, Dave?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to mute our mic real quick, Dave, and let's let them hear some of this. This is the original video from right after. Am I right, Dave?
Yep.
Okay, so here, let's give you guys a little bit of this. There's so much to cover. We're going to have to keep it short and sweet. So here we go. Check this out.
Talk about tonight very briefly after I show you this excellent video. The link is down in the description. Is about Jeffrey Epstein. Now we know this is an old topic, and we've touched on this so-called conspiracy theory many times before on this channel, but let me rehash this again with some new information. A mainstream media news reporter, who shall remain nameless, no, look it up, says that we might be hearing from Jeffrey Epstein himself very shortly. Of that, I have no doubt, because Jeffrey Epstein, in my opinion, is still alive. There are too many inconsistencies and bullshit stories about this narrative where he killed himself in his jail cell that just doesn't make sense. If you look at some of the photos of his jail cell, he's got orange jumpsuits, about 20 of them, just strewn around. And that does not happen in prison. Trust me on this one. There's also a bunk bed in a special housing unit cell, that also does not happen. There's no dual bunks in special housing, especially under suicide watch. The guards falsifying evidence, and now one of them is being dragged in and punished for a crime that happened 3 years ago, supposedly, where he falsified documents saying that he made the rounds when he didn't make the rounds. And that's a crock of shit. They're also saying that there's people running around doing maintenance, and that's why everybody got out of the cells. And that's a crock of shit. There's total inconsistencies. Now, picture this. If you were Jeffrey Epstein and you had all this dirt on all these high-ranking political figures from all around the planet doing the horizontal mambo with underage children, and you had all of this, you had your house. We know that he had his house in Manhattan wired up. We got photos of hard drives that were physically removed from CCTV cameras because they didn't want to erase what was on there. In other words, most CCTV systems like mine here, it's got a 6 terabyte hard drive on it, enough for 90 days of continuous recording on 10 different cameras. And when the disk gets full, it just overwrites the old files. Apparently, that's not what happened. When the disk got full, he just removed it, replaced it with a new one. So he's got all of this dirt on all of these people, and we never heard anything about that. And that not only happened in his house in Manhattan, it happened on his island, and it happened on his ranch in New Mexico. And if you have all of this dirt on all of these high-ranking politicians from governments all over the world, and you can blackmail them, effectively, you own them. You control the planet, or whoever is your handler controls the planet. So if you had all of this information, you wanted to keep it very, very secure. I have multiple backups. I have solid state disk drives. This is just 3 of them in. 3, 5. I got a Drobo. I got 3 or 4 different hard drives that I keep different stuff in, and these go off site so that if anything happens here, I still have what I have. And I believe that's the case with Jeffrey Epstein as well. He has multiple copies of whatever he had stashed away somewhere or held by people who cannot be associated with him necessarily, that if anything should happen to him, if he were to be Arkancided, that this information would drop onto the internet continuously, and even social media platforms wouldn't be able to keep up with it. They'd be playing whack-a-mole, and their alternative would be to just shut the platform down or shut the internet down, because it would be all over the internet. As soon as one got uploaded, it's done. It's done.
Stage is about to happen. Is that what you're thinking? That's going on now today? Because this show didn't happen back then.
Now, it's no whack-a-mole now. He's still alive.
But I'm talking about when the shit starts dropping, because the stuff I'm fixing to drop out of my archives is going to blow everybody's head off if there's any traction or if they allow it to happen like they've never allowed it to happen before. Because the manifest, I got everyone from 2000 or from 1991 to 2013. I got every flight manifest, and I have the whole black book unredacted. his black book. I got it all unredacted. So what part of this is the part we're looking for, Dave? Because let's see.
I think it's up a little further.
Yeah, I want to see the actual. I want. Boy, you need to stop smoking there, fella. Okay, let's get this up here. Okay, so maybe this is where we're needing to be. I'm gonna mute my mic and see if we can pick up.
Two prison guards have been arrested over the death of tycoon Jeffrey Epstein behind bars. The guards are accused of sleeping on the job at this federal.
This ain't the right one, Dave. This is not it. Either way, that did happen. It does exist. Go check it out on Net for Truth USA on Dave's BitChute channel. But
I'll
that
leave the links in the description.
yeah,
There's a bunch of videos there. We
yeah.
got the wrong one there, but that's
But yeah, I'm totally focused somewhere else. He wanted to start with that anyway, right out the gate. But we got that. Now there that is. Here, let me bring up the stuff you guys are waiting for. Yeah, what a mess. All right, so here we go. There we go. So here we go. So this, no, here, let's show you the manifest. This is the one that the government, this was the 2009 California one. Anyway, we got that one. Plus, we got the 2012. Oh, we got them all in between all of them. And we got them all the way back from 2000, or not 2000, 1991 to 2013. Every flight that he had through multiple planes. So this is the stuff that they're waiting on released. They're waiting to release. And this is on the unredacted copy of the manifest with all the names that you guys are looking for, the ones that everybody's throwing a fit for. There it is. These are it. These are it. With old Wild Bill and everything. See right here, Wild Bill. And then the Secret Service and all that. The shit that they're supposed to be getting in PAM Bondi. I was gonna have. I told Dave to reach out to PAM Bondi because I was gonna give it to her. That way she didn't have to worry about it. But yeah, this is all of your stuff. This is all of it. It's a lot. All of it. The flight manifest. This is unredacted. Here it is. This is what you're looking for. It's exactly what you're looking for. So all the names, the initials, which you're going to have that. You're going to have a lot of initials because there's so many flights between them that they're, so many people on certain flights. It's the mess. But I've been trying to put this out for years. And of course, down the tubes and Google told me that I was lying, that this was false information and all blah, 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 blah. Well, let me tell you, it ain't. Here it is in your face. These are the documents of the flight manifests, all of them. And they're here. I mean, I have them. I just don't know how to let you have them. But this is the ones that they're waiting on to be released, which it ain't that big of a deal because we've owned them for years. I mean, a long time. How long have I had them, Dave? Myself personally.
oh, you've had them for years. And I tried putting some stuff up on a Dropbox, and 2 hours after I uploaded to the Dropbox, they took my whole freaking Dropbox down.
Right. See, this JE right here is Jeffrey Epstein. That's who it is. I mean, we already know that's who it is. That's who on the plane. So, he's going to be on his flights. So, just a mess. But yeah, Lots of them. And look, here's the 2008s. These are the These are the court dockets for the whole thing. These are 2012, I think. I've got them all. I have them all. They're everywhere. See, there you go. Doug Brand, just everybody, you know. And I've try to put these out, but of course I was told I don't know what I'm talking about. My traffic got swayed. They don't want, you know, people seeing this. This is wrong, and I'm a liar, and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Like Cindy Lopez, just everybody. Just they're there. Secret Service. I mean, to sit here and go through them, it would take me months, but it is what it is. Just like the Hillary
Yeah,
Clinton.
if you look at the scroll bar at the right side of the screen, you see that he's only a fraction of the way down this list. So there's a shit ton of
Yeah,
stuff here.
yeah. Wait a second. Let me see. Yep, there's the repossession right there. Damn it. Yep. It's when one of his birds got repoed. Yeah. Smoke in the cabin. This is like everything. And the people that were on it, and there's the names. I mean, look, we can just go and go and go and go and go and go. But I have them all. I have every one of them, and these are everyone. Even our president was on a couple of these flights. Just saying. I'm not gonna lie about it. I mean, love him to death. Best president of my lifetime, but he was on there. He caught a ride. Doesn't show nothing like he didn't go no place. A lot of these, I think, with the initials were underage female passengers. How about that? Like the GM, we all know who that is. The ET, we kind of know who that is. If they're underage, their name won't be there. It won't be on the manifesto as public, and especially with the kind of stupid shit he was doing. Look, but the GM was there a lot. Ghislaine, Jeffrey Epstein, and Ghislaine Maxwell. See that? She was there a lot. But a lot of these other ones wouldn't have their names spelled out, I don't think. I don't personally think. What do you think?
Well, I think just because you flew on a plane doesn't mean
I'm talking
that you
underage
didn't.
women.
Well, underage women shouldn't be on this plane.
It was. They were, though. But that's way beyond where we're talking about. I'm talking about, do you believe that their names would be spelled out in big letters? Like
No.
these? No. They're going to be initials. I'm probably pretty sure of it. But these are all of the flight manifests. They're all there. Are they released to the public? Nope. Okay, and that's when he got arrested, I think, at that time. But yeah, but yeah, these manifests just keep going. They keep going, keep going, keep going. Now look, let me show you this. Check this out. I want you guys to know the other part of this nightmare that we're talking about. Probably, I don't have a clue, but they told me I was lying. I didn't know what I was talking about, but these are all his little black book, unredacted. There you go. And it's unredacted with every single thing. Now I can show you the redacted version, but what good is it? Everybody that's involved, I mean, it does exist. So, you know, now what? This is what we're trying to
We've
talk
had
about.
this for years, Stoney.
Years.
We've had this for years. This is
I got
nothing
these
new.
in 2009. I think they were 2008 or 2009. I had these personally. And then I just kept adding to them, adding to them, adding to them. When he got his ass, no, maybe it was 2014. I got him. The add on to these, but yeah. So right now, there's 95 pages, bro. Maybe it was 2000. Maybe it was 2000. I don't know. Either way, I've had them for many, many years, and Dave's known about them many, many years, right, Dave?
Yeah, I've had it too.
Yep. Most people had the redacted version of these. I didn't. I got the real ones. I got them right here. Every person in his black book is right here. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and just go through them all, but I'm just here to tell you that it does exist here. Let me zip down through here. Everybody, their phone numbers and everything does exist. See? Anyway, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I can have them, but Pam Bondi can't get them, and the rest of these people, and why they're so scared to release them because they're available. If you know what you're doing, they're available. They've been out there forever. So that's basically what I wanted to say.
Well, I think what they're trying to do is that they're trying to minimize all the flack that all these people that are on here are going to catch, because people are going to believe that what's on this list means that you're involved in the abuse of these kids,
That's right.
which is not necessarily true. But if you see a name on here that's somebody underage, the question has to be raised about what the hell is this 14-year-old girl doing on Jeffrey Epstein's plane?
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, we could just sit here for days going through these. And now we froze up? No. Okay. Nope, didn't freeze up. So I don't know. Alan Dershowitz. I mean, there's just so many names. And then the initials are just there's no place I can put these. I can't just stuff them somewhere because every time we try to put them on a Dropbox or something like that, they take our drop boxes down. They did it to Dave. They done it to me. They lock us out of our own stuff like that's the only copy on the planet. You know, just doesn't make sense, does it?
No, it doesn't make sense, and it's gonna trigger the Streisand effect about if you got nothing to hide, why are you trying to hide it?
That's right.
It's just like everybody in the FBI now is trying to erase files. Allegedly, from the reports that I've seen, there's a standalone server that's not connected to the internet that they wiped. So if I was Trump, I'd send the military in, secure the building, everybody out. We're going to take all the drives out, and we're gonna see what the hell is on these drives, because you're hiding shit from us.
Yeah.
And that's not going to happen anymore. There's too many people shaking the tree and stirring the turd that this shit will not happen anymore. When this shit comes out, there's people in high places are going to go to prison and possibly be tried for treason.
Yeah.
Because this
Because
shit
this is treason.
this is espionage.
This is the biggest form of treason to our country. This is blackmail. Oh my God, dude, this is huge. And people just are not taking this serious. Even the places that, like, YouTube and Google and all this, they're not taking this shit serious because there's a lot of people connected to this. There's loved ones that's gonna go away for a long, long time over this Epstein stuff. But they got to do something about it. We thought they would do something. I thought Trump would do something back in 2016, but he had his hands tied. There wasn't nothing he could do. He was surrounded by straight scumbags. I mean, that was misleading him and telling him to do this and you can't do that. Am I right?
You're absolutely right. Now, see, whoever has all those hard drives with the videos of high-level politicians
Mm-hmm.
involved with underage children, those people in possession of that information and that evidence control the planet. They control the fucking planet. Because a if I have a video of, just like, so you don't think that I'm biased or anything. Let's say I have a video of Donald Trump
Yeah, I'm not biased. Yeah, go ahead.
in flagrante delicto with a 14-year-old girl.
which he ain't, but yeah.
You know, if I had that video, I could go to Donald Trump and I say, I have this video of you doing this thing, and here's a couple of little snippets from it to prove that I have it.
Mm-hmm.
And what you're going to do is you're going to do what I tell you to do, or I'll drop this shit. And before you know it, there's going to be people looking at you with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
So that's what they're afraid of, because when the videos
But that
finally,
video doesn't exist. Make sure you say that clearly because
yeah, that
people will
video does not
they will
exist.
misstrew this. That's why I don't even like using certain
They
people.
destroy everything we say. That
Yeah.
video does not exist. But if I had such a video, I would control the president of
You
the
know what?
United
You
States.
should have used Nancy Pelosi. If we see
Well,
Nancy
Nancy
Pelosi
Pelosi, yeah,
with a bottle of Jack in one hand and a kitty diddle in the other hand, I could understand it. Or HRC, that goofy could have had one with a bottle in one hand and a damn little deal in the other hand. So, I mean, it goes all the way around. We're using it as a metaphor.
right.
But they're
And it's not
stupid enough to
only the
just not
Democrats.
care.
It's not only the Democrats that are involved with this shit. There's a
No.
lot of Republicans
Yep.
involved with this shit. I get that straight, because
There's
there ain't no the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. There ain't a saint among them. So get that straight. Don't get that twisted. But I'm telling you that there's people on those videotapes that would go to prison for the rest of their life if that shit would come out.
a
And when they go,
lot of people, though.
they would not survive. They wouldn't survive. They just killed two guys up in in the prison in New York because they had all the strikes, and there wasn't enough guards to supervise all this shit. And this chomos got whacked. One got
Yeah,
stabbed in the shower. They took his guts out and threw it all over the
it's
place.
crazy.
So, they would not last long in prison. Trust me. And that's what they're scared of. They're scared shitless that if they go to prison, they won't make it.
That's right.
Even if they got 2 years, they'll somebody in that, if they put them in protective custody, lockdown 24/7, somebody in that unit would have the opportunity, waiting for the opportunity to go and whack that son of a bitch.
That's
I'm
right.
telling you,
Well, look,
been
I do want to say that you're right, but look, I want to say this. This is the exhibit with the court case. That's when these came up. That tells you what these are. These are exhibits to court cases. That's why these exist. So that should tell you all by itself how legitimate these are. Just saying. So these are court documents. And the only way you can get these court documents is to know somebody in the court system that can pull these. And I just so happen to know somebody that helps me out when I need them to help me out on any document that I ever want for any court case or PDF file ever. Just saying. So don't come asking me, hey, can you get me this one on my cousin's brother's cousin? Because I ain't got time for that bullshit. I'm just here to tell you I have a little bit of a lot of shit about that. And I have access to most everything on the planet about that. Just saying. Have I been wrong yet, Dave?
no, and there's more. Believe me, this is just the tip of the
You just
iceberg,
don't even
because
know.
this shit's been going on for 100 years. This shit ain't nothing new. This has been going on for 100 years. We've been lit. I lived my entire life in a fucking illusion,
Yep.
an illusion of freedom, and just they're talking about everybody's going to monitor you by your phone and monitor you on your social media. I don't give a fuck. You could stick a camera in my toilet bowl and watch me squeeze a Hillary out of my asshole. As long as you don't come to my door, I don't have a problem with that. Whatever rocks your boat, Jack, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I live on the corner of Fuck Around Avenue and Find Out Street.
Yep.
Walk up Find Out Street, you're going to be, it's not going to go well for you. I tell you right now.
Well, I can tell you there's a lot more than what I'm showing you right here. And a lot more than what Dave's talking about. So there's a lot of people on these lists. And it's so hard. Look, there's somebody that's gonna blow your mind right there. look, and I'm probably gonna get my ass in trouble for this one. But there it is. That's what you're looking for. You know? I I don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't know if I should put this out. This is too much, man. This is,
Well, the reason that we're doing this is because we keep hearing it.
but
We
I
keep
don't know
hearing
if I should put this out because of what I just
I hear this
showed.
shit. I want to see the shit, man. I want to see this shit. I want to
But
see. I want to see the
it,
perp walks. I don't want to hear all this fucking evidence,
I
all
do
this shit.
too. I want to see it,
You
bro.
know,
But you know
you
what?
say to yourself,
Is it going to be at my expense? Fuck it. I guess if it has to be, let's go.
you know what this is? I tell you what this is, Stoney. This is like wearing a body camera and walking up to a teller in a bank, pointing a gun at her, and say, "Give me the dough."
Yeah. Well,
You fucked your own self. You think you got all these people compromised, and up until now you did, but now they got the videotapes of you doing this shit. That's blackmail. And probably half of these people didn't know what the fuck they were doing when they did the shit that you got them on tape for.
I don't understand.
You give people drugs, they lose everything. They lose their inhibitions. They lose everything. So is it their fault? Well, maybe if you weren't kind of bent that way to begin with, you wouldn't be doing this shit, even if you were
Right.
stoned. Be that as it may, we got you.
Right.
And ain't people trying to hear you were stoned when you raped a 10-year-old girl. They
Right.
ain't trying to hear.
Exactly. Hey, look at this though. Look at this. Look at all the numbers he had by himself, bro.
I'm surprised he wrote this shit on paper. This is paper shit.
This
I don't know
is
what
this
the
is
fuck all
literally
this.
his black book.
Yeah, but he had it printed out from a computer file because
He
he didn't
did.
shit by hand.
No,
So this is
he did. But
printed
look,
on a
somebody else
paper.
did it for him. But the point of this is, it's just so much of this shit, dude. My dogs are going bad shit in there. You go ahead and talk for a minute, Dave. I'm gonna go check out, see what's going on with my dogs. They are going crazy tonight for no reason.
All right. These guys are they have so much information on these people that it's not even funny. And whoever has all this not so much, because this means nothing. Just because you're in somebody's phone book doesn't mean that you committed a crime. Let's get that straight. Let's make that clear again. Just because you're in somebody's phone book that happens to be uh, the most prolific chomo probably in human history doesn't mean that you were doing the same thing he was doing. But, you know, birds of a feather, they say, flock together. And there's a lot of flocking going on over here. There's a lot of flocking. There's thousands of flocks over here. So to sort all this shit out would be like picking fly shit out of pepper. The proof of the pudding is the videotapes. Who's committing the crimes and who do we have dead to rights? That's what they're afraid of. They're afraid of being caught dead to rights doing this crap that normal people wouldn't do. That's what they're afraid of. And they're afraid of, if they get caught, if they get outed, they will lose their job, they will lose their freedom, they'll lose all the money that they made, and they'll be in a cell like P. Diddy, wondering when the fuck all this shit's gonna happen. And that's another story for another video, but he's screwed. And his lawyers are telling him, I believe he's innocent. Right. And if sparrows had banjos in their asses, there would be music in the air. Because you don't have 250 allegations with sworn affidavits if you didn't do nothing. And you admit it yourself. You admit it yourself. So when you admit it yourself and you got videos of people who you are abusing, you hung yourself. It's like somebody, you're going down a road in your car and the cop behind you turns his bubblegum machine on. And you got to half a joint in the ashtray and you decide that you're going to go 100 miles an hour trying to get away from the cop because you got a half a joint in the ashtray and you can't got to get your finger in there to fish it out in time to throw it out the window, and you end up climbing a telephone pole at 100 miles an hour. That's their thinking. The thinking of the deep state at this point, they're like a life in prison. They are never going to see the light of day if all this shit happens. If all this shit is released, they will never see the light of day again. So
But
they're a
but
life in prison. They will do anything. They'll murder people. They'll do anything that it takes to get out of that spotlight where they can be screwed. But they're already screwed because they're on tape.
yeah,
And the
they're
FBI has
guilty.
the tape.
They're
The
guilty.
government has the tapes. And we want to see, I don't want to see the tapes. I don't want to see no fucking tapes.
Yeah.
Please. Stay the fuck away from the tapes. I don't want to see the tapes. I want to see the people who have the stomach to look at the tapes saying that they got the tapes. Just like
But
the
that don't do nobody no good. Somebody that you know that you trust has to see the tapes to verify that they exist. Because if
right,
they
just like
said it,
the
they
frazzle
would
drip
never
tape.
be believed.
Right, just like the frazzle drip tape. Okay,
Yes.
everybody. Well, I want to see the tape.
Real quick,
Well,
before we get into something else, I want to show the world. We're going to use this in the background. I'm going to play this in the background just for
yeah. Hold on
people.
1 second. Let
Hold
me make
on.
this.
Let me just say this real quick. Just give me a second.
Go ahead.
I am going to instead of I'm going to play this in the background while we're talking because it needs to be seen. So
Okay.
pay attention to what this is, people.
All
This
right.
is the island by the FBI because there's more coming. Go ahead.
Just like the frazzle drip tape, right? They say, well, who knows if it exists or not. I happen to know somebody in one police plaza who actually saw the tape, told me that you don't have to worry, it exists.
Yeah,
Why it's not released, I don't
it
know.
does exist. Guaranteed 1000%. It does exist 100%. 100,000%. It guarantee you it exists. Just saying. Yeah, that's smart. Smoke another cigarette. You sound like you're going to die to begin with, brother. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, well, that tape does exist, and all this tapes, all
Positive.
these, yeah, they all had cameras in them. Everything that went on here was all on videotape. He had a whole room with videotape equipment. He had every place wired. Everybody who did anything that was nefarious in any one of these properties, you're not sleeping at night. I guarantee you, because the authorities have those tapes, and if they fall into the right hands, you're going to prison for the rest of
If
your
they
life.
fall into the wrong hands, they're going to prison. If you own them, you're going to prison. If you look, so you can do this, all this bad stuff to babies and get away with it. But if somebody happens to videotape it, that person that videotapes it or owns the videotape that somebody videotaped, they go to prison for the rest of their life for a long, long time. So I just want you to understand by owning the videotape, just owning it, you are risking your freedom for a long, long time. But the people that are on it probably would never get in trouble. Just saying. Just want you to know that. But this, you can see what this is here in front of you guys. I just there's so much. How do you even explain all this? How do you put this into how do you put this into anything? Into how? What do you do to put this out? And you got to watch what you're putting out because you could end up going to prison by just putting out the wrong stuff or getting yourself whacked. I'm just saying. They have no problem taking you out. Look at this. This is when they took control of the island. Yep, sure did. This is the videotape right here. See that? Look, there it is, right there. Little St. James, right?
Yeah, and they got all the boxes wrapped up in that pink evidence thing, evidence wrap.
And if you look and you watch this video long enough, they start covering the look right here, the windows. Mm-hmm. They sure do. This look, does it exist? Absolutely, it exists. You guys ain't even seen nothing yet. This has already been talked about by me and Dave for so many years, and we've been called liars that this shit didn't exist. But now all of a sudden it exists. Somebody else is trying to cover it. So yeah, it's gonna exist, right? But as long as me and this little knucklehead Dave over here, me being a fucking dummy, pardon my language, and Dave being a fucking dummy, there ain't no way in hell that me and this little dumbass, with our little dumbass selves, there ain't no way we could be smart enough to actually know anything about this. Am I right, Dave?
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
There's
They
no
thought
way.
I blew up the spot on their little scheme up in Groovyland up in New York prison.
That's right.
Nine $1.2 billion scammed off Medicaid.
But the point is they didn't expect a couple little nobodies to have all of this information that they were trying to hide from the world. How did we get it? Doesn't matter how we got it. We got it. I don't have everything. Everybody's like, I've had so many people say, man, you got everything. No, I don't have everything. But I sure do got a little bit of a lot of shit. That's a fact. Here, I'm going to show you guys something else, too. Just because I just think you guys need to see it.
Yeah, let's put it this way: we got enough shit to prove that other shit exists. How's that?
That's right. So there's no way that we would ever grow our channels to huge numbers if we didn't have access to shit. People don't care. They just want the meat and potatoes right now, and then we can go kill ourselves. I've heard that 100 times. Just give us what we want, and then you can kill yourself. We don't give a shit about you, Stone. Look, them are the kind of people I don't deal with. I'm saying. But I've had it said to me, but watch this. Watch this. A little bit of something for you. Check this out. There's really no audio. The audio is crap on it, but it's just some images. But I want you to see it. But this ain't the one I want you to see. These are what's going on. This is artwork inside his house. But the next video is gonna blow your mind. So if you have not seen none of this stuff, Dave was like, what the hell is he, a dentist? That ain't no dentistry
Motherfucking
shit.
dentist, man. He's got drills in the fucking
That
lights and everything.
ain't dentistry stuff. If you look at that shit, you see that is not dentistry tools. Get what I'm saying? It's not dentistry tools, brother. That's pervert tools. Hooked up to a rolling machine. That's a massage deal. Oh yeah. Some of the stuff had to be blurred out because it got so bad. Look, I've already got in trouble so many times over this. Some of this shit. I've had the FBI at my house. I've had, you name it, the police. I've had them all. It's like, what? Why would you come to me? This is y'all shit that you're hiding. Why come to me? They've had the same thing. They come to us. Why the hell do you come with us? Look, if you this shit should have never happened if you didn't want somebody to find it. Am I right? You guys, the problem was they should have avoided this happening. It's watch. I don't know if that's blurred out pretty good, but you know, still it is what it is. Look, yeah, this gets quite interesting. Look, but if you were scared that this shit got out, then it should have never happened to begin with. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely right. Look at this shit. What the fuck?
But it's what? Yeah, I mean, it gets worse. Believe me. As we go along, it just gets worse. This is artwork inside this house, and it gets worse. I'm about to show y'all a full video. And I mean, this is horrible if I explain what this is, but I can't explain it. I can't explain. Either you know what's going on here and you know what's happening and who it is, what, when, where, and why, or you do not. You need to research. But if you ask me, I ain't telling you shit no more than what you're seeing is what you get. This is self-explanatory. These are photos that were taken inside this man's house. Inside multiple different houses. How about that? What? And if you look, you know who that is. Peoples. And now that one, it's all blurred out, you know. Makes I'll be damn. Look at there. What do you got to say, Dave?
Yeah, I
Whew.
hear you.
Did you see what I just seen, y'all? Look.
I seen it. I know. I
So
had that picture.
do you understand? Do you understand who the people were?
Yeah, I know who they were. You knew who they were.
The kind of naked girls? Does it make sense? I'll be damned again. You just got to really watch what you do and what you say. 'Cause I don't know, honestly, who they are. I'm not saying that I do or I don't. I'm just telling you, there it is. Deal with it what you want and do whatever the hell you want with it. But I get tired of being told, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. And I've been Google checked and fact checked, and I'm telling bullshit, and I'm trying to spread. Here you go. Pam Bondi, you wanted it. There it is. Hold on. Let me give you this one. You guys are going to love this one. Ready? 3, 2, 1, let's rock. There you go. Damn. He's got that too. Yeah, he does. He does. Got access to it anyway. How about that? I don't know. Look, I don't know. I don't know. Live and in person inside the home. And it gets crazy. So I'm just saying, look, you're looking for the right shit. It's there. At the end of the day, it's a lot. But if you want it, I got it. Just get a hold of Dave. Dave can get a hold of me. Dave puts his info out there. Dave will call me, and I will give Dave whatever he wants for the right people. If you're not the people that I'm talking about, don't call me. Don't call Dave. Don't have no interest. Tell me I'm wrong, Dave. If they don't want to release the shit, we'll give it to you. Won't we? Did you stop working? Are you froze up, Dave?
You notice the checkerboard floors,
Yeah.
the standard Illuminati shit.
Yeah. Did you hear what I said, though?
Yeah, I heard you.
Look at that elevator. If it's the right people, they can have it, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
If they're the wrong people or just some
I don't want
average
to
Joe
see
Blow.
any of the units. I want to see the perp walks. That's what I want to see.
Well, it takes getting there. And you know what? This is the only way it's going to get there if somebody does the right thing. This shit should be viral. But this video now is way too long to go viral. It's an hour long right now.
Go ahead, Stoney. I'm going to jump out for a second. I'm going to mute my mic. Go ahead. Take him through the tour here.
Well, yeah, I'm just going to let it play out. Go ahead. I'm going to mute mine too, I guess. But look, here you guys go. I mean, here's the craziness inside the house. So, tells you, doesn't it? Inside look. It's been exposed before. People took this stuff and put it out and reproduced it, and it all got censored. So if you got to see it back in the day, you got to see a little bit. If not, here you go. Again, we're trying to get it out to you, and there's so much more. It's disgusting how much there is. It would make you just want to vomit over and over and over. This thing. It's just nonstop, nonstop. There's no audio to this though. Not really. You can hear a little stupid stuff bumping around, but that's about it. You're just getting a first hand of what it looked like when they arrested his ass. And some of the stuff was already gone because there was a thought that there could be a potential that this could have happened. So, I mean, some of the things were gone, but they didn't get it all out. And there's videos from prior to this, too. Just saying. Look. The whole story, I'll tell that at another time. The Black Book story, how the actual Black Book got out. That was crazy. I talked to the man on the phone, couldn't understand him very well, but I sure did talk to him. Just saying. Pretty crazy, though, to be able to see this, right? This is the kind of stuff that you're like, how's this even exist? Well, it does because they made it. They made this exist. You want to know where it all happened? This is one of the places that all the craziness happened. One of the dwellings, let's say. There's multiples, but yeah, this is one of the dwellings where some of it happened. Because you know he had multiple homes all over the place. New York and UK, and he had houses. Dude, Prince Andrews, wasn't that hard to get him over there to the house, just make a phone call, and he could just jump in his vehicle and run right on over there because he's down there next door to him. It's just the whole thing is a mess, bro. And the man, look, so this man was a teacher, I think, English teacher or some shit. Epstein was. Did you know that, Dave?
Yeah, I know he taught in Manhattan. Nobody ever figured out where he got all his money from.
$577 million.
Yeah, probably from what?
$577 million is what his net his estate was. No, you can, if we're talking, you ain't got to mute your mic because I don't hear no background, I don't think.
Well, 477 million ain't nothing.
577
How the
million.
hell do you own an island and a plane and 3 houses and a ranch and all this other shit?
But that was what his value of his cash was, I guess. His bank accounts. That's what I'm hearing. I have to look again. I think it's 577 million.
Even Donald Trump couldn't come up with 470 million cash when they
He was a school teacher, bro. He was a school teacher, man. And that scares shit out of you too, don't it? He was a school teacher.
Yeah, he must have belonged to one hell of a union.
Yeah, but I mean, who in the hell that makes you freak out, man, to think that he's a school teacher.
Yeah.
That freaks me out, dude. 577 million dollars is what he was worth in liquid. That's how much he had.
Shit.
It's crazy, dude. Being a professor or a school teacher. Epstein got arrested for sex trafficking charges in 2019. Again, but he actually got March of 2005, 14-year-old girl alleged that he had taken her to his island mansion, had been taken to Epstein's mansion. And then the police, in May of 2006, Epstein should be charged with unlawful sex with a minor. Hold on.
Not
That's
only that, he'd be charged with
sexual
multiple.
abuse. That hold on. This is a thing that I got that put together.
Okay.
Look, in July of 2006, Epstein's Epstein arrested, released on $3,000 bond. That's what he got out on in 2006 after the alleged charges. And then June of 2008, Epstein pleads guilty, sentenced to 18 months in prison. November 2018, Miami Herald covered renews public interest in the case. And that was 2018. And then Epstein's arrest on sexual traffic charges in 2019. Again, he got sentenced to 10 years and did 18 months in 2006. You knew that, right? Or 2008. 2008, he got sentenced to
I knew that.
10 years and did 18 months.
He's got some pretty good pictures on the wall compared to Podesta.
Already,
Podesta,
yeah. Yep,
man,
yep.
that shit was enough to make a buzz at Pewter.
And ain't done no time, right?
No time. He could come and go to a private cell in a county jail.
Look, hey, and Peter Tweeter, what'd he get? 6 months? 8 months here?
Yeah, the Peter Tweeter.
Peter's Tweeter. Yeah. Hey,
That's
that tells you, if you know what the Peter Tweeter is, leave it in the comments underneath. If you know anything about the Peter Tweeter, just let us know. That tells you you're old school if you know about Peter's Tweeter. Ain't they, Dave?
Yep.
Leave us a comment in there.
On his laptop, that's where they found.
Don't talk no more about it. Let's see how many people actually know about Peter Tweeter. You know what I'm saying? We'll put it on the next one, Dave. We'll talk about it on the next video because, dude, I'm just curious how many old schoolers are going to find us again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wi-Fi router on the thing there.
Links us.
I mean,
Look at that. Ain't that crazy? Ain't it? Ain't that crazy?
that's insane.
There it is, my peoples.
I'm gonna have to put a disclaimer on the front of this video, not for kids to watch.
Oh man, yeah, this is just none of this shit no kid should be watching. No kid should be watching this stuff. Should never happen.
What the fuck is this guy? A fucking gynecological fucking
That's
dentist?
about what that is, bro. You're getting closer than being a dentist. That's
You're filing down your clitoris.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Even the lamps are shaped weird. What the frick is that shit? It's just this whole thing is just spooky and eerie and dude, it just ain't. It's no common sense, man. This is just not good. Ain't that crazy though?
Yeah, that's insane. Nothing else.
Why do us, a couple of guys like me and you, Dave, why do we have possession of all of this craziness? But if they think that this is it, there's a whole bunch more, and there's multiple copies in other people's hands. Just so in case, something happens to us.
And trying to save the country from a bunch of fucking pedivores.
That's horrible, ain't it? We've been doing this for how many years? Oh my God, dude. 100 years?
Social media since 2015, but I had my website up since 2004.
I started my YouTube channel, my original one, in 2008, the same year that I got my first bunch of Bitcoin. 2008.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. But I've been, on computers since the 246SX. Is that what it is? 236SX? My first machine I ever built had like a 64 megabyte hard drive or some shit.
Yeah, I know the old school I had a Timex Sinclair. I had a
I was a kid, bro.
Commodore 64, a Commodore 128, Atari ST.
Yeah, man. I did
I
all
had
that too.
an
Commodore
88.
64, VIC 128, you know, all that shit too. But I'm just saying, I've been doing this shit a long time. And 99% of my shit was gotten when I had a Commodore 64. I broke my neck and back and laid many years in bed, couldn't walk. So all I did was research and grab stuff before internet ever existed. Ain't that crazy? There was no security measures in play when I used a computer back in the day. And a lot of this shit, not this, but some of the stuff I have, come back from them days.
I was on the old ARPANET before
Art, yeah.
the internet.
In the
1969, the ARPANET.
in the intranet.
Oh,
Remember that? Intranet? Intranet?
yeah.
Remember that? Yeah. People don't know.
And people don't know I had a top secret crypto SSIR clearance.
I guarantee they know. They know who you are, Dave. The world knows who you are. And if you don't, all you gotta do is ask the guy that's sitting next to you, because he does. One of two know you. They know me too. One of two know who you are. You know what I'm saying? About as much as they know me. And if they don't, I guarantee some of your friends do. That's a fact. Anyway, this is crazy, and there's so much more. But the whole point of this video is it does exist. And it has been out. And Pam Bondi's fighting to get this. And if she wants it, all she got to do is ask me. Call Dave on the phone and say, hey, Dave, get hold of Stone. We need access to this shit. Because I told him a long time ago I would give it to Donald Trump. And we made a point to make sure Donald Trump knew. Now, if he remembers or whatever, I don't know. Before he took office, he got a letter from us. And he had to read it before he took office. Am I right, Dave?
You're right. And I got a response to it hanging on my wall here.
That's right. So all I can tell you is this. There's a lot of stuff out here. And they don't want me telling you this. They don't want Dave telling you. They don't want us speaking about. Look at this. Is this crazy?
What the hell is that?
Look at what you're looking at. What do you think it is?
Tie you to the wall shit.
It's crazy. I'm just trying not to, whatever. But yeah, is that crazy? Look, you just don't understand. You just can't.
Oh yeah, let me tie you to the wall before you take a fucking shower. Is that what it is?
It's crazy, bro. I don't know what people think in their mind. I don't know. I don't know what their idea is.
Shit. That's a
look. Underage girls, maybe. I don't know. This is just too crazy. But how the hell do we have this? Because we're smarter than the average bear. Just a little bit smarter than the average bear.
Jesus
or maybe
Christ.
we're dumber than the average bear. It's a workout facility, right? But it's kind of.
You got enough shoes?
No, that ain't shit. Shit, man, my collection's 8,000 times bigger than that. I don't know, but a lot bigger than that. But either way, look, bro, I'm here to tell you that this should have been done in 2016. Don't you think?
Yep.
This should have been over with, and this should have been done. But Trump was misled back then. That's why they didn't want him in so bad, because if he had access to this, that's crazy. If you guys know who they are, you know who they are. I'm just saying. Crazy, huh? Look, buddy. Crazy. You're not going to find a bunch of young girls naked on the walls. You're not going to find that. I just want you to know that right now. You're going to find girls at least of age. But there's books and books of photos of underage girls. And vulnerable situations. Just saying. It's disgusting. So, pretty crazy, huh, Dave?
That's insane.
They just don't understand, do they? There's no way to wrap your head around this. But now you can say you've seen it. What? What do you mean? I've seen it. They're going to call you a liar. They're going to say it doesn't exist. They're going to be like, oh, we fact checked it. Well, guess what? You didn't fact check it well enough because
Well,
it does
you know what I
exist.
always say, Stoney? Evil doesn't need a reason. All it requires is
The
opportunity.
opportunity. That's it, brother.
And he had plenty of opportunity because nobody was stopping him from doing the shit he was doing.
Nobody was stopping him from doing this shit. Let me see. Is this the
But
one?
we're one step closer. All I want to see is the perp walks.
I get it. I get it. Get it. This is just craziness. I don't know. This one needs to
Oh yeah,
be.
this is great.
Yeah.
That was a great movie.
Yeah, but it's just all it was is a clip. It's this video right here will blow your mind. There's so much. Look at that guy. Yeah, this is just crazy, bro. All of this ties in together though, It just all ties in together. And it's just so much, bro. So much. You know?
Unreal.
Yeah. I mean, do you think we don't have it? Yeah, it does happen. This video right here can getting you put in trouble. This right here is, yeah, not good. And it ain't even really got nothing to do with nothing. But it can get you in a lot of shit.
You know where the hell he got a 16 channel digital video recorder?
Dude, he had more money
The,
than
only,
he ever spent.
the highest I've seen is 10 channels. That's what I got here, 10 channels.
Oh, they got bigger than that.
And
Yeah.
it covers everything, outside and inside.
I just look, bro. Just craziness, right? We're not gonna hide nothing. I mean, if you were connected in one way or another and you exist, then you just exist. I'm not gonna hold back because you are one or the other. I'm not gonna do it. But I don't know what else to put out on this video. I just know that it's a lot. There's a lot going on, a lot to unpack, and it's just a lot. PDFs. Oh my God. Should we even start with the PDFs? It's just there's so much, dude.
You know, a lot of people still won't. You could put it right in their face and they still won't believe it.
They
But
won't understand it. Yeah.
let me tell you something, folks. Your lack of belief doesn't change the facts.
That's right. You got it. I'm just I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to make sure that we had enough of this to put out. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, I think we got enough. And in the beginning there, when we're talking about the
Hey,
underground bunker, I'll cut it in. I'll
yeah.
find it in the video, and I'll cut it in into the video
Check this
before I
out.
upload it.
Look at this real quick. I want to play this real quick. Mute your mic. I want to play this. I want to play this. Audio too, I think. All right, watch this.
is being linked to a charity that accused billionaire sex offender Jeffrey Epstein is being linked to a charity that donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to organizations and celebrities, and it's raising even more eyebrows than in the past. RT correspondent John Huddy is live in our Miami bureau with more on this story. John, this is not a good case that we like to continue to cover. I wish that we could just be done with it and justice would be served. But now we're bringing in another aspect, and this is charity. So what is this charity's name, and who has contributed to it?
Yeah, well, the charity, Scotty, it's called Gratitude America Limited, not to be confused with another by the same name, Incorporated, Gratitude America Incorporated, which is a veterans organization. But anyway, this one, Gratitude America Limited, has an address listed in the Virgin Islands, the same address apparently as the tax company that prepared what's called the 2017 Form 990-PF as in private foundation in St. Thomas. Epstein lists his permanent address as St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands, so clearly there's the connection. Now, Gratitude America Limited reported assets of close to $9 million and donations of $1.2 million in 2017. The organization is linked to Jeffrey Epstein, who was once president of it, and as we know now, the billionaire sex offender accused of molesting underage girls here in Florida and on his property in the Virgin Islands and running allegedly a sex trafficking ring. Now, according to a report by the Daily Beast, which initially broke the story, Gratitude America Limited was launched back in 2012 to, quote, back organizations around the world that seek to celebrate the United States of America and American ideals. Since then, according to the tax information form, and I got a copy of it right here, it's donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to celebrities, to think tanks, to top elite universities, and even a prestigious all-girls school on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. Now, among the organizations and or groups that received funding in 2017, according to the tax return, include the International Peace Institute. It's a think tank run by former UN officials. It received the largest donation of $375,000. The Kuhn Foundation, which is a nonprofit charity organization, got $150,000. MIT, also $150,000. The Deepak Chopra Foundation received $50,000. And while not as much as the others mentioned, it's still worth mentioning. Get this: the Friends of Elton John received a $15,000 donation. And the list goes on and on. Now, over the years, as it became known, Epstein was related to this organization. Some of the recipients, including a number of politicians, have either given the money back or given it away. And there are some groups that are now saying they never received any donations, raising new questions about the accuracy of the foundation's tax reporting. I've reached out to some of these individuals. I'm waiting for a response at this point. Bottom line, Scotty, there are a number of reasons to make charitable donations, as we know, financially and for tax purposes. But this may be an ongoing effort by Epstein to really try and change his image after all the negative publicity stemming from his case, the trial, and the ongoing fallout with now even more accusations and new allegations, Scotty.
Well, that's the thing, John. It looks like there's two different paths that are happening that are being exposed to corruption with Epstein himself. So I have to ask you, what is this about this new lawsuit that has been filed that is related to the Epstein case?
Yeah, so Virginia Joffrey, who's formerly known as Virginia Roberts in the case, who claimed she was a victim of Epstein's sexual abuse, filed a defamation lawsuit this week against the prominent attorney Alan Dershowitz, claiming that Dershowitz falsely said, excuse me, that he had fabricated the accusations. Now, the lawsuit also alleges that Dershowitz was a part, or that she fabricated the accusation. So there's a back and forth between Dershowitz and this woman. Now, the lawsuit filed by Joffrey also alleges that Dershowitz was a participant in the sex trafficking and was also one of the men whom Epstein lent Joffrey to for sex. Now, Dershowitz has adamantly denied the accusations and allegations against him. In fact, just last month, he tweeted out, quote, "My false accusers won't accuse me on Twitter, but I will accuse them. I hereby accuse my false accusers of committing the felony of perjury and challenge them to sue me for defamation. They won't because they know the truth will land them in prison." Well, Now he's being sued for defamation. Dershowitz also has had an ongoing battle with the Miami Herald and its reporting on the Epstein case and Dershowitz's alleged involvement in it, and all of this. Scotty, as we await the release of more than 1,000 pages of documents in the Epstein case and related to it that the Miami Herald and other media outlets have pushed to be made public, but right now are being held up in court. So we're waiting on more regarding
John,
that part.
this is definitely a case.
To report.
Right, this is definitely a case that goes across the entire political spectrum. Thank you for staying on top of this. And now you've got another aspect that you get to follow and investigate. Thank you, John.
Hey, YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you
Some shit.
Two 2017, I want to say 18, 17, 18, maybe. He died in 19, so it was before that. What was it, 18, 19, something? Crazy though, huh?
That's insane.
Got so much shit. I mean, there's so much, bro. I mean, you know me, I've been covering this for years, and it's just so
Checks and
much
balances
shit,
in this
bro.
movement ever since JFK. When they shot JFK, that was the coup d'etat that took over the government, and we've been living in a techno-Nazi dictatorship ever since.
Hey.
The vote has not counted
Right.
from 30 until 2016. 2016 was the anomaly. 2016 was the year that they couldn't rig the election.
Right.
Or they tried to, but they misinterpreted what they were up against. Then they cheated in 2020.
Yep.
And that's a fact.
They even tried to cheat for this last election, 24.
Tried to cheat for the last one.
Yep.
They commit treason with impunity.
Let me say something, and I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this to you, but I'm not sure. I don't know how many people have thought about this. I'm going to say this. Kind of bear with me, because you could put your tinfoil hat on, I guess, a little bit for this one, but here we go. So we talked about this. Me and Dave had so many times. Let me just say the Fort Knox and all the gold in Fort Knox, that's Roosevelt, 1932, his bullshit. So there's four different places that hold gold. Is it four or three or four different places that hold gold? I forget.
There's Fort Knox. There's the Federal Reserve Bank.
Federal Reserve Bank.
There's Denver, and it used to be the World Trade Center.
Right. There's four. Look. So check this out. You got to get them all, and you got to hammer them all at the same time. If not, they can move the gold from place to place. Do I believe that the gold is still in Fort Knox? I don't think so. And I think Roosevelt moved it, and that's when he took us off the gold standard and put us on the birth certificates and all that shit made out of bond paper, and now they traded us on the stock market. You could check it for yourself. It's just a long story. But look, besides that, think about this. Put your tinfoil hat on for a minute. We've talked about this, Dave, but to make people understand, I'm going to ask you the questions, just kind of answer them, okay? Check this out.
All right.
So, who is Donald Trump's uncle?
Donald Trump was involved with the Tesla.
No, who is his uncle? There's a reason I'm saying it like this. Who's his uncle? John Trump, right? Okay, well, Dave must not realize where I'm going with this. He's wanting to go off into some bullshit. Look. Listen, John Trump is his uncle. John Trump had no wife, no kids. John Trump seized all of Tesla's inventions. Sure did. Got him. He said, this wasn't there, that wasn't there, this wasn't there. So he had all of his shit. Basically, that's how it went. He had it till he died. Well, guess who he left it to? Donald Trump. I'm just going to make it short and sweet, because here it is. Look, he left it to Donald Trump. So if Tesla designed a time machine or a time window, guess who owns it? Now, that's just a piece of it. Think about this. Now, he has Elon Musk right up his asshole. So if anybody can make that machine run, it's got to be smarter man than Donald Trump and Barron. And Barron's best buds with Elon Musk. Who in the hell could make that time window or that time machine that Tesla invented work?
Elon
Who?
Musk.
There you go. No brainer. How many people thinking about that? How many people knew about that? Leave it in the comments because I'm curious. Because I'm going to read the comments. I'm just curious because I ain't made a video in years. And I'm going to read the comments and just see how many of the old schools. Because you guys, if you know me, you know me. And I'm just curious what you're thinking. But look, Elon Musk is right beside Trump. John Trump was his uncle that seized all of Tesla's equipment, everything that Tesla had. And that gets even deeper than that. It gets a whole lot deeper than that. But I'm just throwing it out there, throwing the shit on the wall and seeing what sticks, seeing what other people are thinking. It's a no-brainer. All of a sudden, boom, Tesla's on his team. Right next to him, everywhere he goes. Why? A man can put a rocket into space and bring it back down and make it land by itself without destroying itself. You could damn sure make that time machine run if it exists. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I never seen a spaceship land. I didn't think that was
I
possible.
didn't think so either.
He caught it. He caught it out of midair with a big ass crane and a pair of chopsticks.
Like a set of hands just reached out and
Yeah,
grabbed it.
Yeah, like Miyagi in Karate Kid. I told you to catch a fly
Right.
with a chop.
Maybe I'm reaching too far with the time machine thing, but I do believe Tesla invented it. And the uh, the experiment, what is it called?
Yeah, I know what you're talking. The Vatican has it.
No, wait, it's the experiment. Philadelphia experiment. Look,
Philadelphia
he
experiment.
made
Right.
that happen. He is the one that made it happen for Einstein to try to look good. But Einstein, ain't nothing you could do to make Einstein look good. Einstein was not a very smart man. Not like Tesla smart. There, I guarantee that. Everybody's like, oh, Einstein. No, you're wrong. 100%. He wrote off of a lot of accomplishments that Tesla designed and made. Just saying.
Yeah.
Like E.F. Hutton and the electric company, all of them. What is that one? What is the one that screwed him out of hundreds of millions? Um, Edison. Was it Edison?
Edison, I think. Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I mean that's a whole nother show for another day. But if it does, I had to throw that out there. If if you're gonna look at Fort Knox, make sure that all three of them are all four of them, the other three as well as the one, all of them get checked at the same exact time so they can't move the gold. Just saying. And secondly, I believe Tesla. I believe John Tesla or John Trump took his. John Trump took Tesla's all of his inventions, so Donald Trump would have it if he has it. And could he do it and make it? He can make time warp. He could bend time. He showed it with the Philadelphia experiment. And who could keep it running? Elon Musk, smartest man. Now you put him and Barron Trump and Donald Trump in the same room.
Well, forget about it.
It's over, dude. I mean, Elon Musk is such a smart man. He doesn't
He's
sound
autistic.
Trump. Yeah, he's autistic as shit. He's right there at the spectrum, I think. I mean, but I literally think that he's so smart that he can't. I know people like him that are so smart they sound stupid to listen to him talk. They don't sound stupid. They just don't
He's a
sound like.
Rain Man.
Yeah, it's like a Rain Man. Yeah, exactly. But look, maybe I'm wrong, guys. Maybe I'm wrong. But I believe that he brought him in for a reason. And I done a couple of videos showing about time travel and Donald Trump and his wife. So I'm not going to get too deep into that. But look, in the comments. Leave me. Tell me what you think. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, don't bash me because I'm gonna tell you I'll block your ass. I'm curious if you guys have thought about that, or is it gonna make you think about it and research it now? Because I'm gonna tell you, if it exists, if he built it, which we know he did, we know he built one because he did it for Einstein. Look, to make Einstein look good, he made that ship disappear in Philadelphia and come back, and people got stuck in the walls. Either way, I can tell you this: if it exists, take somebody to make it run and keep it running.
Absolutely.
And I
Yep.
think, and on my opinion, I think that machine was broken for the 2020 election, or he could have straightened this up. You get it?
Makes
Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. My opinion.
possibility.
Put your tinfoil hat on. I appreciate you guys. Are we done here, Dave?
Yeah, we're done. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna find that piece where
Yeah.
where we look through the thing.
Now
and
that it's
find,
done, you can go ahead and do. Take
I'll
your
try
time.
to,
Yeah.
in the beginning.
Yeah, I've got a lot too. So we're gonna have to make some more videos. Let's read the comments and see where people are with this, and if they actually can wrap their head around it. And maybe Pam Bondi will reach out to us, reach out to you, and then you can connect with me, and we'll try to get them whatever they need. Because Trump knows I already have it. So
All
I
right.
don't have everything, but I got a little bit of a lot of shit. So. All right, guys. Thank you, each and every one. Thanks for having me, Dave. And a lot more to come here real shortly. But this has to be out so we can show the world that this existed before they put the brakes on us and say, oh, they did not, which is bullshit. We've done this years ago. So, like the tarmac video. Remember that? Oh, sons of bitches. Anyway,
All
appreciate
right,
you having me,
Stoney.
Dave. Thanks, Dave.
Take care, everybody. Good night, and like I say, subscribe to the show, like the video, and we'll see you next time.